Welcome back everyone, we're back with another video today. Do you know all the information we give to you through these videos is processed by a conscious mind, but your conscious mind can only remember a few things at a time. So where do the rest of your memories, experiences, skills, thoughts and other things go? We're here to explain that. This is Knowledge Simplified and you're watching the subconscious and the unconscious mind.
So let's first discuss something important which needs to be understood before we move forward. What is the difference between the mind and the brain? Many people get confused between the meaning of these two terms. So let's get this cleared up first. The brain is one of the central organs of the body and controls your ability to think, talk, feel, hear, see, remember things, carry out various physical and mental tasks. The brain is a visible and tangible part of the body, whereas the mind is the set of mental processes like consciousness, perception, thinking, judgment, memory, and other aspects like emotion and instinct. In simpler terms, the brain is the physical place where the mind resides. With brain, you coordinate your moves, your activities, and transmit impulses. But the mind is the awareness of consciousness we know, the ability to control what we do and know what we are doing and why. It is the ability to understand.
Now that that's sorted out, let's get to the main topic of this video. A famous Austrian psychologist named Sigmund Freud introduced the three-level mind model, which divided the mind into the following levels: the conscious mind, the subconscious or the preconscious mind, and the last, unconscious mind.
Now let us elaborate on this. First, the conscious mind. The conscious mind defines all thoughts and actions within our awareness. It contains all of the thoughts, memories, feelings, and wishes of which we are aware at any given moment. We make use of our conscious mind when we take in input from our senses, analyze the information, and then make decisions based on the information.
The next level, the subconscious or also known as the preconscious, is the stuff from which dreams are made. We can consider it as the storehouse of all remembered experiences, impressions that are left on the mind by such experiences. Every experience you've ever had, every thought, every impression lives in the subconscious mind and influences our patterns of thought and behavior far more than we realize. The subconscious mind holds information that is just below the surface of awareness. An individual can retrieve such information with relative ease, and we usually refer to these as memories.
The final level of consciousness is the unconscious mind. This mind cannot be accessed in your consciousness, but it contains experiences that influence your judgments, feelings, or behavior. According to Sigmund Freud, the unconscious mind is the primary source of human behavior. The human mind is like an iceberg, and like one, the unconscious mind is the important part of the human mind which you cannot see. A normal person cannot know what is going on in his unconscious mind.
As we mentioned earlier, the subconscious mind stores all your memories, thoughts, experiences, and almost everything you go through. But can you voluntarily access it and remember everything? Well, first of all, as we said, memories from the mind can be retrieved easily, which is why you are able to remember what you ate for lunch. But can you take out any memory or experience you think about? Well, you can actually voluntarily plant any plan or thought into the subconscious mind, but not access it on a general basis. There are many ways to do it though. Over 20,000 research papers are written on this topic by scientists all around the world, which has only made it more confusing. Some of the common ways are meditation, which achieves controlled breathing, and eventually you can access your own subconscious mind.
If you're getting bored, how about this? Do you know that recently molecules of phosphine were found in the toxic clouds of Venus, which indirectly tells us that there is a possibility of life there? Why, you ask? That's because phosphine molecules are produced by microbes and are found on the earth in places like swamps and marshlands. How interesting is that?
Anyways, that's it for us. Now remember, we only went through this topic very lightly. There's still a lot to be explained. If you want to see a more detailed video on this unconscious mind, comment down below. And also, if you like the little fact we told you about the possibility of life on Venus, we'll make a video on that too. You just name it. Finally, if you like this video, consider subscribing. You can always change your mind.